What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1977 movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind. The movie is written and directed by Steven Spielberg, and this movie follows Roy Neary, played by Richard Dreyfuss. He's an electrical lineman who comes in contact with a UFO when he's in his truck at stopped at a train track, and it just completely changes his life. He gets a sunburn on his face from the lights of the UFO, and he's like becomes obsessed with it, and he doesn't want to accept that it wasn't anything but a UFO, and he's determined to prove that it was. I think he more wants to prove it to himself that that's what it was, and that he's not crazy. And there's another character in here named Jillian, played by Melinda Dillon. She experiences with the UFOs too, and her son is abducted by them, her son Barry. And that scene is one of my favorite scenes in the movie, when the UFOs is going around her house, and everything in the house is moving, like all the animatronic stuff is going on in the house. That scene is really, really cool and really creepy. It's also eerie and creepy. And then Barry gets abducted. I thought that was a really, really good scene. One of my favorite scenes in the whole movie, and the train track scene, it's one of my favorites too. But this is a really good movie. The suspense in here is really, really good. It kind of like with Jaws, except that this one isn't as much scary. It's just more suspenseful of what's going to happen. And John Williams' score is once again amazing. He gives us another really great score for another great Steven Spielberg movie. And I love, like, we don't see the aliens in this movie throughout most of it. We don't really see them till the end, and personally I'm kind of glad though, because before they show the adult aliens, they show these kid aliens, and those things are really, really freaky looking. I swear they look like something out of a horror movie. They were just the little kid aliens. You don't really get very much of a close-up, but when you do get a close-up of their face, their eyes and stuff, it's just really, really creepy. But I think the special effects in this movie hold up really, really well. Pretty much you can expect that from Steven Spielberg. He's really good with the practical effects and stuff, and they hold up really, really good in this movie. I hadn't seen this movie in about 12 or 13 years. It's been quite a while since I watched it the last time. But the special effects are just still really amazing. The aliens still look really, really good. This movie didn't use any CGI. I know that they had thought about it back when this movie was made. They were very, very early stages of being able to use CGI, but I'm really glad they didn't. I think that would have probably ruined the movie and everything. I thought they did a really good job on it. And like the alien spaceship, it looks really, really amazing. I thought they did a good job with the effects on that too. Vilmos Zsigmond had reunited with Steven Spielberg after working with him on Sugarland Express to do the cinematography for this movie, and this might possibly be the best out of the cinematography in a Steven Spielberg movie, aside from a couple others. There are a few others that I'm pretty sure I'd say the cinematography is better than. This one is just absolutely stunning, and Jaws had amazing cinematography too, but I think this one might have even had better cinematography. Especially in the scenes when the aliens are at the house, or at the scene when he's at the train tracks. Those scenes were really, really good. Like, the cinematography in those were really great. And the performances in here are really great too, especially Richard Dreyfuss. I honestly think that he should have gotten an Oscar nomination for this movie, but I think the year that that this movie came out, he actually did get nominated and won for the movie The Goodbye Girl, which I haven't seen in a really long time. I need to see that one. I don't even think I've seen it all the way through, so I need to try to get a hold of that one and watch it sometime. But I thought he was amazing in this movie. He would have deserved getting nominated twice that year if he could have got nominated for this one. And like I said, Melinda Dillon is really great as Jillian. I thought she really fit the role well, and Terry Gurr plays Roy's wife Ronnie, and she's really good too. There's also this scene where like he's sitting in the shower and she's trying to get into the bathroom. She's worried about him and stuff. He's sitting in the shower with his clothes on and stuff, and they have a big fight. And then the next scene, they wake up in the morning and he's going crazy and pulling plants and stuff out of their garden, and pulling their neighbor's fence up and stuff and throwing it in the window of the house. And the kids are like, can we do this too, Daddy? And it was really it's humorous, and also like it's funny, like how it represents him losing his mind and stuff. Like the scene was just really well done. It's one of my other favorite scenes in the movie. But I think Steven Spielberg did a really great job writing this. I know this was like a passion project for him. It was a movie that he really wanted to make, and it's one of the ones where he actually wrote the script and stuff. And he also wrote a book that I think the book came out either around the same time or after. We'll look real quick. But I have the book. It says it came out the same year as the movie. But the Close Encounters of the Third Kind book, written by Steven Spielberg, I thought that this was really awesome, getting to find this and everything. I haven't actually read it yet. I need to read it because I'm curious to see if it's just like the movie, or if there's stuff in here that wasn't in the movies that he just couldn't put in there. But I'm really interested in reading it. If you have read it, let me know in the comments what you think of it. But my only problem with this movie is it is a slow burner, so it does kind of get really slow throughout the movie at different parts. It picks up for a little bit and then it gets to being really slow again, and that's one of the reasons I don't rewatch this movie as much, because it's not one that I find is rewatchable. I like watching it every once in a while. Like I said, last time I watched it, it's been about 13 years, so I probably won't be 13 more years before I rewatch it, because the real reason I hadn't rewatched it in recent years is because I was waiting until I got it on DVD, because I had a really poor VHS copy that was in really bad condition, and I just recently got the DVD like maybe 2 or 3 months ago, so I wanted to rewatch it. I've been wanting to rewatch this for a while, and now that I got the DVD and was doing my Spielberg reviews, I thought I'd go ahead and watch this one, and I'm really glad I did. I still really love it. It's still a really good movie. Like I said, it's just kind of really slow paced, and that just makes it where it's not one I want to revisit all of it as much as, say, I would on Jaws or Jurassic Park. Because other movies of his that I really like a lot, I wouldn't want to revisit as much. But this one, but I still really like it quite a bit, and it still is a really good movie. It holds up really, really well, and it's definitely one I would recommend if you haven't seen it, especially if you're into sci-fi stuff and into aliens and stuff. This is a really good alien movie, and it's been referenced a lot in pulp culture. I've seen parodies of this movie a million times, and some of the stuff in here I had forgotten that I'd seen in pop culture references. Like some of the stuff was parodied on The Simpsons and stuff like that, that I should have known it was from this, but I just didn't register it, I guess, or I just forgot. But yeah, so all in all, I said I'd give Close Encounters of the Third Kind an 8 out of 10. It's a really good movie. I probably would have gave it a little bit higher if it wasn't for the pacing and stuff. Just it being a slow movie just kind of takes it down just a little bit for me, but I don't think it's a bad movie at all. I think it's a really good one, and I definitely would recommend it if you haven't seen it. But let me know in the comments what you think of Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.